Alright, so video game music. It's pretty great, and here's why. The first video game to have music in it was a game called Rally X. It was a little arcade game released by Namco in 1980, and here's what the music sounded like. And no, this wasn't the first game to have audio, but it was the first one to have background music accompanying gameplay. It's pretty crazy to think about how there are genuine orchestras and composers and everything like that just made specifically for video games, and it all started with just a little 8-bit loop in a little kind of obscure arcade cabinet. This stuff is great, and the variety is amazing. There's soundtracks that are scary with games like Resident Evil or Silent Hill. There's games where it leaves room for the sounds of nature creeping in the background for its time to shine, like Breath of the Wild or Red Dead 2. Then you got the games where the music is upbeat and fun, like Donkey Kong Country or Yoshi's Island. But I will talk more about that later. It's composed by some pretty cool people, like David Wise or Hajime Wakai. It's perfect background music, which is obvious considering, that's literally what it's made for. But it's great for when you want to get things like homework or stuff like that done. I like to listen to Nintendo music. It's very upbeat and I can almost sing along to it. Just like humming or just like dun 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 dun, you know what I mean. But, like most things, music is very subjective. So you could like other game soundtracks, a different genre, or not even like video game music at all. But you gotta respect it. But some people don't do that. The argument video game music is not real music is pretty stupid, considering it's wrong. I wonder why people think this. Is it because most of it has no lyrics? Well, Beethoven doesn't have lyrics. Oh, I know. It's because it's from a video game. Before I get into any of my points, this image describes my feelings pretty well. Yes. Okay, but anyway, I feel like people saying it's not real music definitely discredits all the hard work put into it. Just because it's from a video game doesn't mean it's a spawn of Satan and doesn't deserve to be real. And yes, I do remember watching a video on how Pokemon is demonic, and that's where I got that point from. Okay, but anyway, back on track. Cuphead is a great example of tremendous time and care put into a game. I could go on about Cuphead for a while. Foreshadowing. Sorry to clear my throat right there. But seeing everything they did with the instruments, the recording, the animation, it's all just great. And man, the final product of the game came out great too, and I love the music. Okay, but this video isn't about Cuphead. But I do think video games are a lot more respected now with things like esports and actually being able to make a living off of it. But now it's time to get back to the point I made in the first part. Music and gameplay have to work together. Bringing back up Silent Hill, you can't be walking around in that game with some Banjo-Kazooie music playing in the background. It would completely ruin the experience. And I have a lot of respect for people who make horror game soundtracks or work on the sound design, because man, they have to get it perfect. It has to come in at the perfect time, right when you hear a floorboard creak and you get jump scared, or there's water droplets and the music has to be there, but not so prevalent that it takes away from the experience. And if it doesn't come in at the perfect time, it could really take away from the game. And it's what I said I would touch back on in the first part. You gotta have that background music in there, and it's gotta match. Games like COD may not have the most memorable soundtrack, you're not gonna go play the COD OST on Spotify, but it's there, and it adds to the experience. And I think that's what the music is there for, is to add something to the game, to make it less dull and boring. Just have it be there so people can remember the game and just overall just have a better experience with the game. Because hey, a game may be bad, but if the music is good, you can still listen to it and you will remember the game. And hey, it works. I made a whole video about it. Well, that's all I have to say for now. Good night, everybody.